Hi, everybody. My name is Pedro Cruz, and today we will be covering functional analysis procedure. So what is a functional analysis procedure? In a functional analysis, antecedents and consequences are controlled in a person's natural environment in order to observe and measure the effects on maladaptive behaviors. Antecedents and consequences are presented systematically, meaning that these are implemented in a certain way. Um, there are four conditions in a functional analysis. One of them is attention, escape alone, tangibles, and there is a control group where that is also known as the play group. But going back on the what is a functional analysis, each condition has an establishing operant and has a source of reinforcement. Conditions are implemented one at a time, which goes back to how they are presented systematically, and the conditions are presented repeatedly to identify where a behavior occurs more often, which will tell us the function of the behavior. So in our control or in our play group, free access to preferred activities are presented with social attention and no demands are placed. If the problem behavior occurs, it will be ignored or redirected. For example, an individual is placed in a room filled with different activities that are preferred and is allowed to engage in free play, meaning the individual has free access to the room, they can do what they want, and if the behavior occurs, place no attention to it. Behaviors are expected to be low because the environment is set up to not trigger these maladaptive behaviors. Now, in the attention condition, the child is given a preferred task or activity to engage independently. That means they're able to do it without our assistance. They're able to play by themselves. The observer provides no attention to the individual. You can ignore, but also make your behavior as natural as possible, meaning pretend to be reading a book, pretend you're writing your notes, talking to another adult, or playing on your own with other toys. If the target behavior occurs, provide attention immediately, but with a mild reprimand, and make a small statement on the behavior. For example, stop that, you'll hurt yourself, or hands down. If there are high levels of the behavior happening in this condition, then we can say that the behavior is maintained by social positive reinforcement. Next, in the escape condition, the individual will be instructed to start a non-preferred task. Example, table time, hair brushing, circle time, etc. The following will the observer will constantly place demands while engaging in non-preferred tasks, such as keep on working or stay seated. And if the target behavior occurs, the demand will be removed and the individual will be given a 30-second to a 1-minute break. This is only temporarily, and once that break is over, we'll jump back in. But it's important to know that in this condition, there is a 3-step prompting procedure that includes the instruction being placed, modeling what is expected to be done, and hand over hand to engage in the task. And if elevated levels of occurrences of this behavior is present in this condition, then we can say that it is maintained by negative reinforcement. Now, in the alone condition, or automatic, the individual will be placed in a low sensory environment, such as an empty room or in a room without toys or minimal extraneous factors. And these extraneous factors can be a very mellow room where there's, none, like almost to no furniture, or just a room where, that is very calming. The observer will monitor the individual from outside the room or from a distance. And in this condition, we are attempting to identify if the target behavior is sensory maintained or self-stimulation occurs. And some of the behaviors that we can see is maybe stereotypy, or in some cases we can see self-injurious behavior that can be maintained by automatic reinforcement. And if similar levels of this behavior is across all conditions, then the behavior is maintained by automatic behaviors, by automatic reinforcement, sorry. Now, in the tangible condition, the individual is given access to highly preferred activities, such as toys, video games, a phone, a tablet, etc. Anything that the child is really into. Then the highly preferred items are removed, taken away, and placed with a neutral item or a less preferred one. When the target behavior occurs, the individual will gain access to the highly preferred item or activity for 32 seconds to 1 minute. You know, once once the 1 minute is up, we will give back the highly preferred toy. And if elevated levels occur across this condition, then we can suggest that the behavior is maintained by positive reinforcement. And that concludes our training. Thank you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.